So I was watching a YouTube video and this guy was talking about why we're so lazy. And he made a really good point. He said the reason we are lazy or the reason we don't accomplish our goals is because we are reactive instead of being proactive. And I was like, wow, I think he's probably right. I want to talk about myself because a lot of times the reason I don't reach my daily goals or I don't reach my weekly goals or whatever goal I have or I procrastinate, it's because I'm not proactive. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk about the power and the importance of being proactive rather than being reactive. Let's get started with today's episode on the English Zone podcast. So, as human beings, we often find ourselves reacting to external circumstances, reacting to situations. Like whenever you have a problem or something happens, you immediately react. Maybe feeling scared or feeling sad or something. You react in some kind of way. You allow the problem or you allow the situation or event to control your emotions or your actions. And so because of that, you don't take action. But what if we took a different approach? What if we tried a different way of dealing with situations? What if we embraced the power of being proactive instead of being reactive? Now, you might be wondering, what exactly does it mean to be proactive? Being proactive means taking action and taking control of your life and making conscious choices that align with your goals and your values. When you're driving a car, you are in control, right? When you are in the driver's seat, you are in control of your goals. But if you are in the passenger seat, you're just going along for the ride, right? You don't have much control. So when you are proactive, you're like the driver. You take action. When something comes up, you take control. Being reactive, on the other hand, is when you respond to events after they occur, after they happen, usually without much thought or intention. You're just using your emotions and your feelings. And when we are reactive, we allow situations or we allow external factors to control our emotions or to control our decisions. And then all of a sudden, you make a bad decision because you're just acting out of your emotions. So what if we were proactive instead of reactive? Like something happens during the day and you're immediately reacting. Oh, how could that happen? No way. Really? Oh my God. Right? I've actually gotten better and better about being reactive because, like, for example, let's say the news. The news is always looking for a way to make you react. So first of all, turn off the news. Turn off the TV. But that's a really good example. When we talk about reaction, the social media or the media is always making us, react in some kind of way. But when you're not reactive, you're just observing, right? You're just watching without reacting. Like you see someone, something happens, you're not reacting. Because if we react all the time, that means we're just making decisions out of emotions all the time. One day you're sad, you're making a bad decision. Our emotions change all the time, so it's not good to be reactive. And why is being proactive so important? Well, being proactive empowers us, gives us a lot of power to take control of our plans. It allows us to make conscious decisions and take deliberate, intentional actions to move forward in our personal and our professional lives. One of the fundamental benefits of being proactive is that it helps us gain a sense of control. Like we were talking about the driver's seat. Being in the driver's seat, you get a feeling of control and ownership over your life. Instead of feeling like a passive spectator, you're just watching, you become like an active participant in creating the future that you want, in creating or reaching the goals that you have, only by being proactive, by taking action. And actually, like a good example might be this podcast, because recently I have been, I will say, not proactive with my podcast. I have not been making a lot of episodes. I've not been making a lot of lessons. I mean, I have been busy doing other things, but at the same time, I have had time, to make some lessons, but I have been lazy and I have not been proactive. And that's why I wanted to make this podcast. Today I was listening to that guy and he's like, yeah, the reason we don't accomplish our goals is because we're reactive instead of being proactive. We act out of our emotions. We take or we don't take action because we're feeling some kind of way. So that's why it's really, really important to become more and more proactive, to take action. When a problem comes up, just go and do it. When you want to, let's say for us, we're talking about learning English. You have a lesson to study, just go and study. Don't say, oh yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. No, just do it now. So this is actually a lesson for myself. It's an advice for myself that I need to be more proactive and make lessons. When I have an idea to record a lesson, I need to just get on it, do it, record it, and put it out there. Not being lazy and react and, I don't feel like it. So this is the first things first for myself. And by being proactive, we can adopt a proactive mindset, which focuses on problem solving and taking initiative. Instead of waiting for opportunities to come to us, we go for the opportunity. We seek the opportunity. And this shift in mindset is incredible. It's very transformative because it opens doors to new possibilities and personal growth. It will help you grow professionally, personally, and mentally. Another key advantage, another key benefit of being proactive is that it enhances our productivity and time management skills. It will help you manage your time, take control of your time. When we expect problems and we are ready for problems and immediately take action, we minimize the chances of being caught off guard. The phrase or the expression being caught off guard means being surprised. I didn't know that. But if you continuously take action, if you become the kind of person like a problem solver, anytime a problem happens, life is full of problems. The best skill you can build in life is solving problems. This is the best skill you can build, solving problems. And the better you can solve problems, the more meaningful your life becomes, and the more proactive you become, because problems are basically a part of life, and you will become an action taker. And when a problem comes up, when a problem arises, you are proactive instead of being reactive. You take proactive measures instead of reactive measures and solve the problem. So you reduce the chances of being surprised, because surprised is a type of reaction. You're like, oh my God, I didn't know that. What? And we will learn to prioritize tasks based on importance. This will help us make the most of our time and the most of our energy. And on top of that, being proactive will help us build stronger relationships both personally and professionally. It will help us become more confident in ourselves, and people will see that. People can count on you because whenever something happens, you take action. So how can we transition from being reactive to proactive? Well, it always starts with self-awareness, as well as a commitment to personal growth. You have to commit yourself and decide that you want to grow personally, you want to grow professionally, and you want to move forward. And self-awareness means becoming more conscious. A lot of times we think we are not reactive, but we actually are. If something happens, like, I don't know, let's say, for example, you open the mailbox and you have a ticket from the police, $200, because you ran the red light. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh man, this is so... Instead of that, you become proactive and try to be aware of your feelings and emotions. And you're like, why am I reacting? Right? So catching yourself when you react. And when you become more conscious of your reactive patterns or reactive behaviors, you can improve that and reduce that and become more proactive and take action. Developing a proactive mindset requires setting goals. You have to have goals. And you need to have clear goals and creating action plans to reach these goals. A lot of times we are reactive because we are feeling sad about leaving something behind, or, I don't want to do this because I'm scared about the outcome. When you're proactive, you take risks, you step outside of your comfort zone, and you're okay with change because you want to grow. And you cannot grow if you don't get out of your comfort zone. Do not get out of the English zone, because this is where you can grow. So stay in the English zone, but get out of your comfort zone. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I hope that it inspired you to embrace a proactive mindset in every aspect of your life. And remember, mastering the art of being proactive is a journey. It's not like overnight you wake up in the morning, whoa, I have become proactive. No, you have to be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress along the way. Being proactive will help you create a life of purpose and fulfillment. And this brings us to the end of today's episode. Now I have to go and edit this video. Thank you for tuning in to the English Zone podcast. If you have any questions or suggestions for future episodes, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can write a comment here on this episode, or you can message me directly on Instagram at @TheEnglishZone_. Stay motivated and stay proactive. Keep growing and continue mastering the English language.